Welcome to True Lies Scandals. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security has officially rejected and denied the Heritage Project's request for the release of information regarding Prince Harry's immigration to the U.S. on a special visa. The denial followed an intervention by a court to get DHS to respond to a Freedom of Information Act request, or FOIA request, by the Foundation a few months ago. The Foundation says the U.S. public needs to know if the Duke of Sussex's visa application was fairly adjudicated on, or if he was given special privileges because he's a prince. DHS did not officially respond to the request for information, causing the Foundation to seek the court's intervention. On June 6, 2023, District Judge Carl Nichols gave DHS until June 13 to decide on the request. On June 13, DHS responded by email to the Foundation denying the request for information on Harry's documents, as well as records from the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Agency. DHS is denying the request on the grounds of privacy. According to the New York Post, DHS Senior Director Jimmy Wolfrey replied by letter saying this, and I quote, "To the extent records exist, this office does not find a public interest in disclosure sufficient to override the subject's privacy interests." The first thing we all need to understand is that a visa applicant's information is confidential, whether or not it's Prince Harry we're talking about. The U.S. State Department notes on its website that visa records are confidential under Section 222F of the Immigration and Nationality Act. For the purposes of INA Section 222F, a record includes information or documents pertaining to an individual visa applicant. This is the first roadblock the Heritage Foundation had to face. Of course, the laws and policies are subject to exceptions. For example, the protection of public health and interests overrides the visa applicant's right to privacy. In this case, DHS does not think public interest in Harry's visa records is enough to breach his right to privacy and confidentiality. As you guess, the Foundation isn't happy with the response given by the Department of Homeland Security. Niall Gardner, director of the Heritage Foundation's Margaret Thatcher Center for Freedom, said the DHS is displaying a lack of transparency and is guilty of stonewalling the organization. Prince Harry shot himself in the foot when he admitted to using a variety of drugs, illicit drugs, in his recently published tell-all autobiography, Spare. The revelation caused the Heritage Foundation to go after the Prince's immigration declarations to see if he lied about drug use on his immigration documents. Admission to drug use can cause DHS to bar a person from entering the U.S. Since Harry's self-confessed drug use happened before he immigrated to the U.S. on a special visa, he could be deemed inadmissible under the Immigration and Nationality Act. This could lead to him getting deported back to the UK. Well, some people said he's married to Meghan Markle, and Meghan is a U.S. citizen. He is the spouse of a U.S. citizen. And of course, she may have also filed for Prince Harry to immigrate to the USA as a permanent resident. She has that right to do so, to sponsor her spouse, in this case Prince Harry, to live legally in the USA with her and their family. Anyway, the Heritage Foundation not only wanted the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to release documents regarding Prince Harry's immigration to the U.S., but also all records from several DHS and Customs and Border Protection databases related to the Duke of Sussex's immigration application and relevant forms. Mike Howell, director of the Heritage Foundation's Oversight Project, submitted a Freedom of Information Act request to DHS on March 8, 2023. Mike Howell revealed that he's seeking the records because, and I quote, the everyday American is absolutely sick and tired of globalist elites lecturing us, looking down on us, dominating our cultural institutions, and no one proves that point more than Prince Harry. Howell also said, and I quote, in a high-profile case like this, when you are looking at someone like Prince Harry, the American people deserve to know if their immigration laws are being applied fairly. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous that we have to use taxpayer money to defend against these freedom of information requests and take it all the way to federal court. Hint, hint, the foundation is I think it's planning, well, as Howell said, to continuously pursue this matter all the way to the highest court. This could go all the way to the Supreme Court, guys. What do you think? The comment section is all yours to leave your views and opinions. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to subscribe and come back for more from True Lies Scandals.